At the end of our pregnancy, our hip bones are more externally rotated, and that creates a smaller pelvic outlet. So what we see is more of this opening of the inlet. There's more space here for the baby, but then the outlet is more closed off. So in that externally rotated position, there's less room in the back of the pelvis and the outlet for the baby to come out. So we want to be able to create space in the back of the pelvis and create length here in the back of the pelvic floor so that the baby can come out. So a great exercise that you can try is using a ball and creating that internal rotation at the hips and practicing breathing into the ball. So coming into this hands and knees position, pushing my pelvis against the ball, and my knees are more narrow than my feet. So I have more internal rotation at the hips and a bigger pelvic outlet. So if I gently push my pelvis into the ball, and I'm keeping my sit bones open here. So I don't want to have this tucked under position. I want to maintain open sit bones. And so here I'm just going to practice breathing down into my pelvic floor, breathing into the ball, and then exhaling. Inhale, let the pelvic floor lengthen. And exhale from the bottom up. Rib cage coming back towards the spine. Inhale, pelvic floor lengthening. Exhale from the bottom up. When you get to the end stages of your labour and you are feeling that urge to push, then you want to change your breathing, and you will be inhaling and trying to let go, but also exhaling and bearing down. So you're inhaling, creating length, exhaling and gently bearing down with that push sensation. When you get to experience a physiological birth and you get to that stage where you can actually feel that the uterus is pushing down and creating those contractions to push the baby out, it's hard not to bear down in those situations. Like, your body just wants to do it naturally. So there's a situation where you can exhale and allow that bearing down to push the baby out. So then you can practice that on the ball when you're preparing for birth and preparing for labour, and you want to practice that bearing down with the exhale. You can do it against the ball. So then again, in the same position, you can practice inhaling, lengthening the pelvic floor, and then exhaling and bearing down into the ball. Like, inhale, lengthen, exhale. Still trying to bear down into the ball very gently. You're not trying to push here. It's just that letting go sensation. Inhale, exhale.